All right, so today we're jumping into a really incredible true story. It's called Love for a Deaf Rebel by Derrick King. And you can see from the full title right there, it starts out as this amazing, adventurous romance, but it's also promising some profound challenges ahead. Let's dig into how this whole thing kicks off. Right from the get-go, the book opens with this quote from Walt Whitman, a dedication to a woman named Pearl. And wow, this immediately sets the tone, doesn't it? We're not just talking about a sweet love story. The line about filling oneself with rage for fear of unreturned love, that tells you this is going to be about a complex, all-in kind of passion right from the very start. Okay, so let's get into it. Part one of the book is called Together in Love, and it's all about that hopeful, adventurous beginning of Derek and Pearl's relationship. You know, that time when it felt like it was just the two of them against the world. So their story kicks off with their first meeting, which the book calls Meeting Under the Clock. And you can just feel it right away. Two totally different worlds are about to collide. First, we get a sense of where Derek is at. He's just gotten out of a serious relationship. In fact, he literally split up his photo albums with his ex, leaving all these empty slots where her pictures used to be. He's kind of stuck, still holding on to the past, almost hoping she'll come back and fill those blank spaces. And then there's Pearl, and she is the complete opposite. She is all about what's next. She's just bursting with energy and plans for the future, and she can't wait to tell him all about them. So you've got him looking back and her looking straight ahead. And this is where it gets really fascinating. You see this beautiful contradiction in Pearl. She's got all the tools for a super busy, successful life. Perfectly organized files, a fancy executive agenda, even a 5-year plan. But they're all empty. It's like she's built this entire framework for an amazing life, but she just hasn't hit go yet. It's pure ambition, just waiting for a spark. So, as they start to get closer, bridging that gap between his past and her future, their relationship hits this really key moment, perfectly captured in the next chapter's title. And it all comes down to this question. Think about that phrasing for a second. It's not, do you want to be a couple? It's, shall we be magnificent couple? That just speaks volumes, doesn't it? It's about a shared mission, an ambition to build something incredible together. And here's something you've got to keep in mind through all of this. This is not some made-up romance novel. The author is very clear that he's working from actual transcripts and records. So their commitment to being magnificent, that wasn't just a nice line for a book. That was real. And that fact makes everything that comes next so much more powerful. So they've made this pact to be magnificent. And what's the first thing they do? They hit the road. We're talking Guatemala by motorcycle. This is their first grand adventure. And this trip, this is everything. This is them living out that magnificent promise. It's a time of just pure freedom, of cementing their partnership, of being on the road together. This is the absolute high point of their early romance, brought to life. But then, after that incredible high, after that adventure, part one ends with a chapter title that just stops you in your tracks. The title is The End of the World. Talk about a dramatic turning point. So if you look back at part one, you see this beautiful classic arc, right? You have the hopeful meeting of two very different people. You get that magnificent question and commitment. Then the grand adventure. And then bam, this unknown, ominous turning point. It's like a perfect love story that suddenly takes a very, very dark turn. And that's exactly where part one leaves us. It builds up this beautiful, idyllic beginning, and then leaves you hanging with this massive question. What happens when a perfect start runs headfirst into a future that nobody saw coming? Because remember that full title? You just know this story is far, far from over.